Okay, microphone check. For this part of the live stream video is now prepared to go on the set. Okay, wait. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUV has arrived for a brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. For today's theme summon, 4 events will be featured, and related to the SUV plus 2 events more will be additional to go by exception by using Hypercar and Alpha Grand Prix Discipline, along with 3 skills to go on Mad by Rally Raid. Hang on, let me try this again. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUV has arrived for a brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. As of today's theme summon, it's all about SUV to be built by having an all-wheel drive that comes with 4x4 will be featured to have 4 events and 2 skills with Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUV. Okay, take 2. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue. Take 3. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUVs has arrived for a start of the brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. For today's theme summon, it's all about SUVs that comes in with 4x4 and all-wheel drive is now being included to have 4 events, plus 2 more is now being listed as exception by using Hypercar and 1 Alpha Grand Prix Discipline to go on the combo event, along with 3 skills to go on Mad by... Okay, take number 4. Hello everyone. Hang on, take 5. Okay, let's try this again. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. No, okay. Take 6. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUV has arrived for a brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. For today's theme summon, 4 events that related to the SUV that have a 4x4 in all-wheel drive that includes the Porsche Cayenne GT Turbo Basalt Edition is now being brand new and set on loan for this week's theme summon. Okay, take 7. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUVs is about to go for a brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. For today's theme summon, 4 events is now being related to SUV that brings out to have an all-wheel drive to be built in 4x4 that includes to have one event to be adding up to have Hypercar and Alpha Grand Prix to go by a combo, and they will be having 3 mad skills we'll be using on Rally Raid, Rallycross, and Jet Spin is about to go by listed as brand new. So I hope this is going to be quite very amazing to have this part of the new Team Summon after taking a few weeks and short months by having some series of rerun after taking a good start on Made by Mad as a new part of the Team Summon from previous as the start of the new update. But this one has now coming a long way, is getting much... okay. Bloopers and outtakes strikes again. Take number 8. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Luxury SUV is about to go for a brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. For this today's part of the video for having a Team Summon, 4 events that related to the SUV will be putting up to have an all-wheel drive to be built in 454, along with 2 additional to be served on Hypercar and Alpha Grand Prix. But also to have 3 skills to go on Mad by having Rally Raid, Rallycross, and Jet Spin to do some skills and trick that you might need to back up with some good Mad skills, and have the main objective to go over to have a quick start on the 4th hobby category to do the stunt performer. But this is going to get a lot of good SUV out there for this part of the Team Summon, folks. 2 of them is now being brand new for this week, and we're about to go enter to have a best amount to go faster up and have a good line, and just gonna have to make sure that you have to bring enough more performance point to go by maximum that will be going up, and platinum to get this new edition on the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Basalt Edition is now being said to be featured on loan for having a new part of the theme cover is now available as a summit reward before at the end of the day on January 17. Hope you guys are about to get ready because it's SUV time to go driving in, and other events and skills we'll be doing by the main part to do off topic. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for a brand new live summit event. Let's begin. Downhill is check and done, and one follow-up catch-up is going to be a bit more tougher out there when you're racing in down to Yellowstone. Somehow we did our best and just tried to keep pushing in to have some further attempts and thinkable strategy to go downhill on the racing but rallycross discipline. But in the end, platinum on the rank in 3,224 place and exactly in 1,199,299 points. That should be good, and 4 rewards all at once to be collected, plus the Lancia Delta S4 will be served as an extra bonus we'll be doing by Wealthy Collector on the main daily topic on off-road category. But it does might be quite very much more additional when it comes to have a collector to be adding up and save a lot of currency credit that you might need to get some more cars available by purchase before moving on in Motorfest. But right now, there's going to have to take another set of rerun on American Slice, A World of Cars, and Night Fever is now available by the date before at the end of January, and moving on in February until LA Road Riders are now being scheduled by coming soon. Alright, now let's begin and have some few other events to go by lineup by having 3 mad skill first, 2 events on exception, and 4 events we'll be doing on SUVs. So let's start out and take the monument climb on mad skill number 1. Rally raid vehicles only. This one might be going a bit more climbing up and do the skill of the solemn that is going to be a bit more challenging to go on intense. As of today's selection vehicle, Land Rover Defender Works V8 70 edition is now ready up and take the hill climb by having a good amount of speed. But it might be going by pause of the quick detail before doing one lineup. We'll be taking a quick patient at a time. So let's drive through all gates and be very gentle. I know this is going to be a bit more challenging to go mad skill. Okay, pack up the good speed and have a little bit more pull on the nitro. Yeah, I can't say this is definitely might be going a bit more crazier than I ever thought would be. But it'll have to take a bit more circle to go climbing up and be very exercise caution to get there towards the goal line. Almost there. Just wait, and there's the finish line. Gonna take it quickly and solid flying touchdown. Alright, there you go. Monument climb is checked and one in the bag. That's 154,321 points, 9,276 points on attempt 1. Might gonna get a lot of good decent climbing effort that you might need to go overcome many obstacles. Will throw down the gauntlet. Next up on Mad Skill 2, Across the Harbor, as ever seen before back from last time in Made by Mad as a Theme Summon. Ever since that we just took a figuration to go find a perfect line and exit your way out of the maze. Feels like it, because I just really want to go again, because that will be doing a different as country. Okay, gonna try this again. Mini Cooper as country all for N. Then let's go on to... Dang it. Hang on, gonna have to try this again and rehearsal it. Okay, take two. Next up, Mad Skill 2, Across the Harbor for Rallycross Discipline. Next vehicle I'm choosing is the Mini Cooper S Countryman. All four will do the best time to go on stunt action on the set. But this will have to take a lot of good speed and drive through all the gates. It will have to take much more fine, safe formation to go all clear. So there you go. Just make one good excellent speed and jump across through on the main platform boats. And there's the turn. Gonna do drifting, wait, recovered, and do a short slalom will give a good guidance. Alright, here it comes. Just one more jump, and finish line is now taking in one good starting position where you can start out to be on Maze Escape. That's Across the Harbor check on the hobby skill is successful, and look at the result. 153,744 points and 16,961 points. Piece of cake, and just drive well to go on extreme stunt with extreme caution. So, when it comes to have two land-based vehicles to be on Mad Skill, one of them is now being set on a water-based vehicle to be using on Jet Sprint as exclusive. But it does might be quite giving a good set sail and do the catfish slalom to do on Skill 3 on the Mad. I hope this is going to be a bit more challenging to have a good space on the river and few obstacles will come around. But as a matter of option, I might have to go prefer to use the Proto Rocket 2021 with the UDRS Insportec. Might be going a bit much more better to have a max score set with a score breaker will be give it a get-go. So I'm about to choose this favorite jet sprint vehicle of all time to have a good hardtop. Turn the engine on. Let's see how the catfish slalom will do the trick. But it does might be quite a bit more helpful it does might need to have a few other changes on tuning that will be giving a more fine adjustment. So good to be on the water platform base. But don't forget, you might need to have enough. Okay, that's embarrassing. This is going to be harder than I thought it would be. Okay. We'll give it a get-go. But it does might need to have a different improvement on tuning that will give it a good work when using on jet sprint by using one enter participation on mat skill. Let's summon them through the gate and brace yourself. We're about to take one jump to be approaches on the right. Dow. Okay, next take. Try this again. But one other thing that might need a excuse me. Okay, next take. Gonna try this again. Well, it could be a bit more challenging and putting up with some few other tuning work that might be giving it a good work and drive faster when you're on the water. So let's enter the gate first and just do some slalom around the gate. Pack up a good nitro when taking a good jump. Have this part of the current platform right over there. Okay, going in and okay, that's unfair. I just really might need to have that work in progress to do it. Okay, take number 3 and go. Hang on, I'm gonna have to do a little quick fix on that. Well, despite of all the efforts, that is going to be a bit more challenging when jumping through across on a different position on water. That would be a bit more impossible if I really going to do this. But I'll have to put up on change different view and which one should I have to go with. Maybe the hook him and wait for only one player to go past and I'll have to go second. Okay. Someone just hit me. They didn't know I'm doing this on live stream set. This is complete embarrassing. Okay, just gonna have to try this again to be a bit much more better to have that scene. Alright, take number 4. Well, despite of attempts and effort that you might need to go a bit more faster when taking one jump on the river is going to be a bit more math skill will do the test. So hang on, just going to change different view and see which one should I might be giving a good comfortable use. Turn the engine on and pull the rudder. Let's give it a go and have a good hood view. We'll be doing one jump. There you go. That should do it. And just gonna keep a good extra enough speed and keep that angle to be up and go. Whew. That was so close and going a bit more mad skill. Okay. One gate to be missed. Objective complete and do one jump. Gosh! This is gonna be harder than I thought would be. Okay, next take. Reset and got to do it correctly. Alright, take number 8. Well, it could be a bit more challenging and more tougher for jet sprint, but the catfish solemn does might be going a bit more advanced and tricky like buoy smashing and doing part of the escape. Only for powerboat discipline, but exceptional to have this one to be having one skill for exclusive that need to go a bit more faster and more challenging, that we have to push ourselves to see which height of the score point is going to be a bit more better. Here goes nothing. Just quick detail and enter the gate. Okay, pull out with the nitro. Jump across to this platform with the water in it. Hang on, looks like this is going to be a bit more rough. This is going to be harder than I thought would be. That concurred. Okay. Take number 9 and reset. Well, it could be a bit more challenging and more difficult to have one jet sprint to be served by event exclusive on the skill. But it does make me going a bit more competent and be more extra careful to have a good speed and one good math skill that has to be requirement to do. Stop it. Okay, now reset and restart. Well, it could be a bit more tougher, challenging, and jumping across on different position to aim towards on water platform might be a bit more attempted and do some more solemn on the figure when you're racing on the jet sprint. But the catfish solemn does might be going mad challenge to go extreme. Hopefully, if I'll have to be prepared and go faster to have a good solemn and doing one jump. There you go. That's one position in, jumping in across to the large pool of river and have a good enough speed. Okay, this is gonna be tougher than I thought would be. I can concur to that. Okay, now let's try this again. Well, it could be a challenging tub, but the catfish some that might need to have a good skill and more speed by jumping across on different positions that comes in to have a good place on the water. But evenly, the catfish some does might have a good way to go faster and swoop across to do some figuration on some that you might need to rack up with some good points. But quick detail, then enter the gate. Here goes. Just have that position over here. Better brace yourself, as I'm about to go full nitro and jump across here. Okay, looks like this could get much more tougher. One gate to be missed, and have more other inside some to do this. And just jump across here to go safely and full contactable. Alright, looks like one step of the novice level that might need to do a bit more practice. One hobby level reward is complete for the third time. Catfish Solemn is now being claimed, and the Journeyman is now being leveled up and received by different reward by category. That's new record, and go by the new set of the point total is 136,559 points. Just gonna check again, and which point should I get? 11,434 points. Alright, math skill is check. Now go by 2 events by having exception on Hypercar and Alpha Grand Prix Discipline to go by combo event. But this one is definitely might have to go faster and fast serve. South Trip, here I come, and choose any available Alpha Grand Prix prototype vehicle to be on no restriction only. That's how, when it comes to have a patient time to go by SUB to be on the third stage, because the second stage will go forward to be on the main detour to have some exceptional for having 2 vehicles is now being set by different type to go faster. But I mean, let's just have a little bit more time to have that part of the content video to cut the theatrics and have everything to be on full excuse because of the UDRS committee to be on the full alert. That's how I'm a producer of my own channel, and that's why I'm always going to do some management and go by changes at any time. So which one should I have to go with? And I'll have to choose the Concept Glow Motorsport 2023 and good on the per level on 340. That should be doing more.
Three, two, one.
So which one should I have to go with? I'll have to choose the 2023 So which one should I have to choose? I'll have to go for the 2023 Portal Concept Globe Motorsport is now being checked and ready to roll to go faster on the same pro level on 340. But it might have to take a good 1v7 to go for having a showdown in the highway to go speed up without any barriers to be well placed. Let's get it on and get ready to go full velocity. Well, I got this because I'm a rock star without having one important quote from Hero. I'll have to go by hook cam that might be giving a good better view in action. Okay, checkpoint is going in. Find a good line and having a good grip of turn commit. Progression in 13%. Alright, full nitro is well exceeded in use. Just have to wait. Okay, almost going off the track. It's like I'm playing Fatal Run from Atari. There's the barrier. Now just gonna have to keep going in on the left, right side on the highway. "20" behind the gap away from 7 hypercars. Okay, brake, respawn, check, and stay on the gear 6. Go by number 7. Okay, looks like going to have to be a bit more practicing that we already done this before. Alright, that's good. Have the line check and go forward on the west in the south. Halfway there by 57% progression. Now going up in about 60%. That's more like it. Impressive. And just keep up the good running work on Alpha Grand Prix prototype race car. Feel the good sunlight of Horizon. Always gonna have to keep coming faster and well strong. 20% to go. Okay. Turn coming up ahead on the right. Crossing through the bridge. Okay, hairpin on the left. Got to do this like racing in Monaco Grand Prix. Okay, that's good. Full straightaway. Up I come and entering right back in California. 1 minute, 2.8 seconds check and go forward on the final stretch. That's more like it. Now back on the third person view and regular on the podium by Daily Hobby is check and done. That's 121,243 points in 3 minutes, 38.264 seconds. Now that's a good AGP competition to go faster on the highway by having 1 minute behind from the hypercars. But also to be climbing up in the gold position in 18,455th place in about 469,381 points to go on the platinum. But Latrell's car part 2 will be stepping up and go for having 1 hypercar only to be on the no restriction only to do one-on-one showdown. But we know what to do, folks. grab any kind of hypercar to go by pick, and this might be doing one step up ahead to go faster, and toughen up to do some major skill and stunt to be around to be cruising on LA for only 2 laps. For my pick, I'll have to go prefer between the Bugatti Depot or the Chiron 300 Plus Super Sport is definitely might be going a bit more faster and more tougher to be on the range of the hypercar per level on 320. But it'll have to be more precisely that you might need to have more reminder on Nitro Chemist that you have to go faster and tough enough to have the total time to go by one event at a time. So that's how SUVs will have to wait until it'll have to take the second one will be finished by Detour. Let's kick it up in the high gear and go hypercar velocity. Any kind of precision that you really want to go with, doesn't matter. It's all about to have one-on-one hypercar to do this best part for only 2-part conclusion. Now gonna have to take the left turn on the on-ramp. Here comes one jump. Wait and have the second one. Alright, very good. The Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus always still got it. So I have to keep that in mind because it'll have to take last for 2 laps. Okay, going in by 30%. Make that good gear up and running. I know you guys really want me to have that Chiron to be fully customized, but this one still always got a good usual way to be as official on test run. Okay, first lap down. Here comes the final lap in number 2. Brake well and steady grip on the right and pull the nitro to go full boosted temporarily. Okay, doesn't matter right now. I just still might need to keep a good main focused. Yeah, baby! One Chiron on the stunt. Okay, progression in 73%. Just to have 25 to go, and Hypercar event in Latrell's Car Part 2 is done and done. Okay, coming right back in. Just keep on scaling it. Okay, climbing up on gear 6. Almost there. Just one more checkpoint to go, and finish line is closely to be nearby arrive. That's more like it. Just to have a good total time on 3 minutes, 34.913 seconds is on the new record by 100,016 added with 383 points. Right on time, and just to be having a good arrival to have 4 events will be going on in SUVs. This will be doing one determined pick to go by vehicle restriction is now being set as well. Audi RS Q8, Land Rover Defender 110 B8, Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8 on Rally Rate Edition, and the fourth vehicle on the Porsche Cayenne GT Turbo is now being set on the fourth vehicle. Alright, now let's see. Gonna have to make my pick for only a quick decision, and I'll have to go by the fourth vehicle to be set on temporarily to give it a good go. That's how taking on in the Strip West, and see how it goes. Well, to have the same place to be in Las Vegas like last time back from Made by Mad Live Summit event on the first one at the start of the current season. But it all brings us back together because one new addition and another one is now coming in to have a different position to go on the West in the Strip. So I hope this is going to get a lot of good SUV to go all in action, and that one over there is a good sweet beauty to have the Basalt Edition on the 2022 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. This one is a good SUV swag, is now being outfitted to be colored in black and adding up to have a good differences on green trims. But if you ever see this kind of a different part of the terrain, is now being seen on the fenders, and front grille is now actually to be made in basalt. That's how this SUV is just yet to be perfectly to have a good Summit Reward vehicle to be received on Platinum. As the per level in 190 that brings out in 631 horsepower and top speed 186 miles per hour. But that would be quite giving a good sport SUV. We'll give it a good test run and go for a challenge to have this good made of livery exclusive to be having some 3 decals to be seen on the sides. But more or less, it'll have to go faster and aggro like playing Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition with original and remix. So hop I go, 3 seconds, and wait for the green on the countdown to go on the launch. Let's go! It's about time to go racing with American cars is just yet to be perfect. But can't argue with that. That's how I'm always loved to race it and go by new experience. Alright, let's give it a good aggro and full speed. Alright, going right into the avenue. Just gonna rack up the good perk and go by short affixes without any parts installed. I can't say this one is quite good to be having a good, awesome, unique SUV to be driving on the open road and the track itself. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT is very much more fine, awesome like any other European SUV cars like the Volkswagen and Land Rover. But however, Audi might be step in for having a good competition to have a good 4x4 all-wheel drive. But even for the Basalt Edition that compares to the original to have some different set of wide body modification, a different wing spoiler, and trims to be outfitted to be having a good made in green. Kenneth might be quite giving a good way to drive and go by aggro. But it might be quite giving a good smashing up some objects and go ace like a pro. This beauty is 100% to be having a good toughen up and drive hard to be faster to go hard for platinum. Okay, almost there to have a good progress in the final lap. Just make that turn right here. Almost there. Just make one last push and go drive anywhere till I mean it. Okay, last turn and finish line is nearby. See? Just only 2 minutes, 46.421 seconds to be finishing up in first place to go harder, and there you have it, to have a good point by 100,000 with 4,180 points. That's very cool, and good to be having a good summit reward vehicle on the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT to have a good main and basalt. That's one new way to be experienced with SUB down. 3 to go, and that's how just have to wait to be on standby for Rally Raid vehicle on stage number 6 in USB Tour East Edition. So next up, this will be doing one stunt and one average race. Audi RS Q8 or the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 in District Dash, and that will be having some different possibility to go by attempts and suitable to have 2 types of brand new SUV. So let's go to Miami ride to go by having one RS Q8 will be all set and go well tested to be well embraced by having a good challenge. But minor disclaimer, because this part of the music when you're entered in Miami ride, it also to be included by copyright infringement that will be doing much more possible to be well respect and well possibility to have this part for driving this vehicle and go experience. So by adding up with some good minor adjustment with Nitro Chemist to be go station in maximum on per level 280, 810 horsepower and top speed 224 miles per hour will be going in and get faster to be toughen up and drive like having a good way by standard and full modification as tuner vehicle to have this SUV to go 50% on average and 50% on swag. But it does might give a good style and beauty when it comes to have SUVs. We'll give a good faster and see how tougher can it go.
2, 1.
Just hang on 1 second. I'm not gonna do anything because I just gotta turn down the music. There we go. I'll have to keep that and have the spare time. All right. Okay, let's give it a go. Alright viewers, let's get ready up, and I'll have to go faster and head start in first place when driving the RS Q8 is built to be driving faster in all-wheel drive. I'll have to hop inside to the interior view and look at this. This is definitely might be quite giving a good element between normal SUV and sport altogether. That's how one kind of an SUV vehicle to have this good Audi. Hang on. I'll have to be ready to try this again. Take number 2.
3.
So let's get ready to get the show on the road and go head start by applied overtake in first place. There you go, full speed and good clear on the open road in a good city in Miami. I had to switch up to a different view and have a good look like this. Just to have a good perfect style interior view when driving in the Audi RS Q8 is built to have a good 50% sport and 50% SUV altogether. I can't say this one is hang on. Let's get the show. Okay, take number 3, reset, and try this again.
3, 2.
So let's get ready to get the show on the road, and one overtake coming up for the Audi RS Q8. Okay, gonna have to be ready to do on the main rehearsal retry. Let's get that bad boy.
3, 2.
Let's get the show on the road, and last position and first we'll go apply overtake. First place, here I come, and the RS Q8 is in the lead. First checkpoint is in, then right around in Miami for only one SUV to have a good frontline position to go faster and all-wheel drive altogether. But it does might have a good amount of better grip that you really might need to do some proper tuning. Only for SUVs like the RS Q8 to have a good, excellent element of capability to go by 4x4. But on the inside to the interior view, but look at this. This one is actually to have different kinds of style, like all the other Audi SUV cars is now quite good and different made by Sport. But it does might be quite giving a good excellent to have a 4-door that features to have some more seats to be seen on the front, middle, and the rear. Now coming out and take that good short exit to have that part of the sideway to be going on forward. Just to have a good side around and go back onto the right side of the road. 45% progression, then coming through on the next checkpoint. But yeah, the RS Q8 does feature to have a 7-speed transmission and go up on gear number 8. Then how about this will have to give it a good rolling position and go on drag racing. But I tell you folks, the Q8 has actually to have a good perfect gearbox on number 8 is have the right number. But I kinda like it and perfectly to be drivable to be racing on the open road and the course itself to be well practiced at any time. Just gonna have to kick it up in the high gear and go over onto the same path we'll be on the long bridge by the highway. That's how the best way it goes. One SUV will take a good enough high speed to go around by over 200 miles per hour. And take a good look and going well, going fast, and going well competent to have a good straightaway as well. That brings out to have a good over top speed amount to be in 241 miles per hour. But here it comes, just to be arrived in the airport for the finish line and take the final stretch. Very good. By under 3 minutes, this one is now being checked and done by 2 minutes, 57.447 seconds to have 116,736 points to be well achieved and finishing on attempt number 1. But I kind of like about the Q8 is actually to have a good racing sport for having a good way made by Audi. Only 2 more to go, and next up is going to be on the stunt and district dash for the Land Rover Defender 110 B8. Hope I'm about to get ready because one stunt on the set and racking up the point is going to do a lot of good skill and doing some more attempted to be driving in all-wheel drive. That's how the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 is all about to be driving on our road when it comes to have a good 4x4 element of terrain. But it does might consider as a street race discipline to have a good standardized 4-door SUV that comes up to have a same per level on 280, which is bring out to have 959 horsepower in a top speed, 225 miles per hour. But I'll have to take a good look inside to the interior view, and I am very hyped to see it to have one good SUV to have a good well made in British. But I can feel it, and I am really enjoy it and drive well and do one part of the stunt. So let's get ready up and go harder to do some one skill and one extreme. See that? Just to have a good quick preview and go by third person. But it does might be going a bit more challenging to have a good better grip and better balance. So just gonna take a good quick U-turn and go back again. But time is running out, so I have to make some good skill and do some more points. Okay, here comes some few other new misses. Just have a good placement view on the Capitol Hill. That's 95 or 2 points. Going up. And keep a good watchful eye on the clock. As area checkpoint 1 clear, then just gonna take the next area. Okay, here comes the special. This one is actually to be well tested when it comes to be driving Expo in the wilderness. There we go, smashing up the billboard sign and have another. Talk about having a missed call when it comes to have a good angle on the view. I'll have to go improvise and main objective complete. Got to reach the finish line in no time. Okay, well, I'll have to scratch that. And just gonna to drive well and do some proper new misses. See? A bit more challenging and more tougher to have a good steering response of the balance. But it can't be actually to be doing on drifting because SUVs don't drift on 4x4. That could be actually to be using on terrain. Okay, area checkpoint clear. More speed, and here comes the good jump on the platform. There we go. Just going to cut the path and go to the left side. Oof. Okay, talk about having a tough way to go driving parkour. Make that good precision and jump around and few other turns to be going escape. Here it comes on the airborne jump. Down to 1 minute left. Got to hurry up. Time's ticking. Okay, left side, go through. Okay, gonna have to go around to the other side and make my way towards the capital. 30 seconds left, and finish line on time. Alright, well, welcome to Land Rover Defender 110 B8 101 on stunt driving set. That's 51,586 points. That should be doing well, and just yet to be perfectly to have a 112,937 point is complete. So you see, the Land Rover Defender 110 is actually to have a good way to be driving, to be well dominant on asphalt, and off-road to be driving on the trail. So in the meantime, just to have one Defender to be well equipped when using on the street racing model is now being well equipped to be having one way. Alright, gonna try this again. So in the meantime, just to have one off-road tire by standardly to be well common by default, because that would be doing way to be well pretend to be served as a substitute in rally raid vehicle. But it does might be quite good to be serving to be driving on the street is definitely might be quite good to be indeed. But also, so in the meantime, when driving challenging up on off-road trail for the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 is actually to have a good element. So in the meantime, when driving in the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 is actually to have a good drivable to be explored on the wilderness to be driving on the trail. But it will have to be. But in the meantime, when using the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 is actually to have a good best serve to be driving to be explored in off-road on the trail. Only on rallycross discipline that might be quite giving a good way to be faster and compatible by the same type of element. Well, it still does might have a good brand new additional vehicle along with the Audi RS Q8 does might have a good pick to have two street racing vehicles to be welcome to be labeled as new collection. So let's get ready up and do for the final round on number 4 in SUV category to go to the US Speed Tour East Edition stage number 6. So grab your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8 and we're about to go starting position from Pikes Peak to St. Louis. This is going to get a lot of good awesome and off-roading to do a time attack to go faster for only one off-road SUV to have a good type of a concept vehicle. By adding up with some few other height suspension, off-road tires check, and a livery is now being perfectly to be served as an entry participation. Per level to be maximum in 140 that brings out to have 853 horsepower in the top speed, 149 miles per hour to be on semi-expert in handling. Unlike the street racing model to have the same Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8, but it does might be quite very good to be drivable to be explored on the off-road. Only on time attack and one event to be racing in the desert. So here I come folks, final event and luxury SUV is going to be set and complete. Down I go and do the main braking position to go on line of command. Just wonderful and well-balanced SUV to go dominant in the off-road trail. That's how time attack does count and few other obstacles to overcome it. but it'll have to take more downhill to go increase the speed and braking to do the inside on the barrier. Just keep on rolling and more grip without drifting, because SUVs will always have to be well novice to become as skilled of off-road drifters. I can't say this one is actually to have a different role of a concept vehicle for the Jeep Grand Cherokee to be well served on off-roading vehicles. Unlike the original, this one is actually to be well built and modified to have some fenders to be seen on the front and rear. However, it could be actually to be a bit more competent and challenging to do some main trail and have clear spaces to be going explore in the wilderness. That's how, unlike pickup trucks to be well modified to be fit on Evolution 1 and Evolution 2 versions on the Ford F-150 Raptor and the Chevy Silverado. Okay, here comes the bus stop chicane. Proper braking and go proceed on the wide open. Okay, almost 2 minutes have passed. Okay, good. I know what to do. This part of the time attack and natural weather condition is to go by daytime with a few amount on the partly cloudy with fog. That's a very good traction on the grip. Come on, let's go, rolling in. Checkpoint, proceed, and clear. Just finishing up on the halfway mark and continue on in 60%. I can't say this one is actually to be well based as a rally raid spec from the first installment of the crew, until it's being well labeled to have a rally raid model to have this same part to be available. But it does might have to take two different types on the base model on the Jeep Grand Cherokee on street, and rally raid spec is quite giving a good match and compatibility by differences due to the same amount of performance on two different types in one model. But I can't argue with that. It's always about having good different element to be driving on the off-road for only one SUV. Okay, 81% progression, just almost there. Now onto the nearby arrival in St. Louis. Okay, 49 seconds behind the gap. Gonna keep going and moving up on the 50. Alright, that's good. Now, only one more turn to go. Just nearly there. Finish line in sight. Got to take it and clear. Skill succeed and off-roading SUV in 4 minutes, 19.954 seconds is check and done. Alright. All events and skill complete with no follow-up catch-up, and luxury SUV to go driving faster and toughen up to go all-wheel drive in 454. And for having a final outcome to go up in the platinum in 2,651st place in 1,241,393 points. Very awesome and good to be built to be driving on Hypercar, Alpha Grand Prix, SUV, off-roading, and jet sprint to have some mad skill is quite good to be amazed. So, I can't say that this Steam Summon is now being brand new, and I kinda like it. So what do you guys think? But there might be some new ways to have some different events when it comes to have new cars that related to SUV. But for me, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Basalt Edition is more awesome, more rad, and built to be labeled as a different kind of a tuner SUV. But it does might be quite very helpful to go faster and take a good roll of the aggro. And for the second one, by using the Land Rover Defender 110 B8 in District Dash. But it does might be quite giving a good role of a task force vehicle to be doing the main part on the set as stunt challenges to go jumping in and overcome many obstacles as I can. But being Challenger is quite very built to have a good faster and stationary to have a different set on modification in all-wheel drive by having one sport SUV. And for the third one, in Miami Ride for the Audi RSQ8, it does might have a good braking position to go faster and tighter on turns and elevation to go overcome many obstacles by doing applied overtake along with some other vehicles to be type on sports car in modern and retro vehicle. But after all, three types of vehicle to be listed as brand new and one of them in different edition to be set by exclusive just like the Dodge Viper SRT10 Matte Edition. But it is going to be quite very good to be well impressive to have 3 matte skill on some of them for only 2 types on off-road and land-based by having Rally Raid and Rally Cross to go by having a most intense stunt. And for the Jet Sprint, the Catfish Trail is quite very more challenging and more decent to be racking up and go jumping in by different position when you're on the water. But I kind of like it. But it does might need to do a little bit more practice till you have to get it right and achieve all the matching figures to go by in. So one new event is now being checked and done in about 22 hours left. We're going back on the rerun, you guys, as we're about to take on an American Slice for the next event in January 17th through the 24th to get the next 4 rewards, including the Patriotic Party Smoke on the Rare Vanity. And there's also to have some 2 types of vehicle restriction on the Corvette C8 Stingray, and Celine S1 GT4 Cup is now being available along with the other 4 events to be on no restriction is now coming in to have Drag Race, Rallycross, Rally Raid as well, along with the 3 skills to go back on the usual way. Just to have aerobatics, escape on 2 choices to be on land-based or water-based vehicle. And after all, 1 land base only, just to have a good way to go explore on the wilderness to have a different location around in America. So I had to wrap this up before at the end of the video. It was a lot of fun out there when it comes to be driving on SUV to have a perfect themed summon, including 2 events on Hypercar and Alpha Grand Prix Discipline. So I hope one of them is going to have to be coming up soon in the later future by listed as brand new, and will be coming back and continue on to have some more theme summon on reruns. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on the live summon event in the Crew 2, folks. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deviant Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insport Tech, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, folks, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean. Alright, live stream is clear.